Hello, friends, and welcome. It is the 14th of November, and on today's podcast, we will be talking about direct energy weapons. We'll be talking about the fires on the West Coast in California. We will be talking about a company, PG&E, which could be the cause of the high level of fires. California is being burned alive, folks. We're seeing movie stars like Gerard Butler stepping forward saying he lost his $1 million home. Boo-hoo to you, but think of these people who are middle class, lower class, the animals and whatnot that are just getting smoked. We've got to send our love and our prayers to California because, in my honest opinion, I believe that this is done on purpose to get funds sent to them, to the state of California. We all know how crooked and corrupt that state is. Guys, before we get into all of that stuff, if you are new to my channel, please click the blue bell to get notifications. And also follow me on Twitter. And if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, the more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to more viewers, thus more eyes on the truth. So without further ado, let's hop into it. This is True Reporting. So we see here, this is from ABC 7 News. This is from 3 days ago. String of 6 suspicious fires under investigation in San Francisco's Golden Gate Park. We look down here. The San Francisco Fire Department is investigating a string of 6 suspicious fires in an isolated area of Golden Gate Park. Flames burned eucalyptus trees and dry brush near the polo fields just after 5:30 p.m. Friday night. Campfire in Butte County grows up to 100,000 acres with 20% containment. I'm hearing these things, these fires are moving like 4 to 5 football field length, 4 to 5 football fields in length per minute. That is crazy fast. It's unbelievable. Over the past 24 hours, the San Francisco Fire Department has responded to a total of 6 Golden Gate Park fires. These fires have been isolated in an area on the polo fields and casting ponds. All 6 fires resulted in no structural damage or injuries and range in size from 10 to 20 feet to 1 acre. So, dozens of firefighters responded and got both fires under control in about 30 minutes. But a lot of fires are definitely getting out of control. So I'm telling you that these 2 words, suspicious fires, should be sending off alarms in your head, in your mind. It's not a good thing, guys. So we see here PG&E could be to blame for sparking campfire in Butte County. So what the hell is PG&E? I didn't know. I had to look it up. PG&E has been a fault for several deadly wildfires across the state, and now the company may also be to blame for the campfire. We have eyes on the vegetation fire, and one firefighter in a call to dispatch. It's going to be very difficult to access Camp Creek Road. It's nearly inescapable, guys. We've seen these fires. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. It looks like Armageddon. It looks like hell on earth. Thursday morning at 6:43, Butte County firefighters called to dispatch after seeing flames across the Feather River from Poe Dam. So these things, they're saying that PG&E, which is an electrical company, had a downed line that may have sparked the fire. So I'm looking, PG&E. I want to know who owns PG&E. So I look here and I say, oh, okay, Roger H. Kimmel. Roger H. Kimmel. Then I look down at the line below, Vice Chairman of Rothschild Incorporated. Does that blow your mind? Huh? Is got steam coming out of your ears now? That is crazy. I heard this from through the grapevine and blew my mind, guys. Blew my mind that this guy is the Vice Chairman of Rothschild Incorporated. And, what are the odds, right? What are the odds that they spark these fires? No loss of life even matters to them. The life lost means nothing to them. So, they're doing it just for money. I don't know what they're trying to do. I know exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to take, with these fires and these shootings, these false flags, they're trying to take our eyes, our concentration off this voter fraud, because that is the end of the Democratic Party. That is the end of the division. I think you know that. So we can go to the state California debt clock, which, it's funny to watch. I mean, it's sad, but it's funny to watch because they're doing it to themselves. The U.S. debt clock of California, look at all this red. Unemployed, 777,000. Food stamp recipients, 3.8 million. Debt to the GDP ratio, 15%. To the GDP ratio, that is crazy. Debt per citizen, $10,710, guys. I will leave that for you. It's just going up, up, up. So what they're doing to these poor people is pathetic. Population 39 million, and 3 million of those are on food stamps, which is pretty terrible. There's a lot of money there, guys. There could be a lot of money generated there to save it, but they're going to be greedy about all of it, which is sad. I have some memes for you guys, and the president knows exactly what's going on. The president is following this close. He knows what they're doing. He knows what the cabal is doing. He knows what the deep state is doing, and he's telling us right through Twitter, which is, what he needs to do. That's his way, direct contact with us, besides those emergency alerts that we get on our cell phones. So we see here these memes that I'm bringing up now. We see from Gavin Newsom, it says, lives have been lost, entire towns have been burned to the ground, cars abandoned on the side of the road, people are being forced to flee their homes. This is not a time for partisanship. This is a time for coordinating relief and response and lifting those in need up. Donald J. Trump, there is no reason for these massive, deadly, and costly forest fires in California, except that forest management is so poor. Accept this. Billions of dollars are given each year with so many lives lost, all because of gross mismanagement of the forest. Remedy now or no more federal payments. So fix it, he's saying. He knows what's going on. There's no reason, this is what I just read, remedy now, no more federal payment. So he's dead serious, guys. He knows what the hell is going on. More than 4,000 are fighting the camp and the Woolsey fires in California that have burned over 170,000 acres. Our hearts are with those fighting the fires, the 52,000 who have evacuated, and the families of 11 who have died. The destruction is catastrophic. God bless them all. This is serious, guys. It's still burning right now, too. These California fires are expanding very, very quickly. In some cases, 80 to 100 acres a minute. If people don't evacuate quickly, they risk being overtaken by the fire. Please listen to evacuation orders from state and local officials. With proper forest management, we could stop the devastation constantly going on in California. Get smart, he says. That's from 11/11. So 3 days ago. Get smart, guys. So now let's turn the table a little bit, okay? We see here California wildfires. Once you see this, you can't deny the use of direct energy weapons. And we're going to look furthermore into this. So we see here fire. Everything is scorched through the left. To the right, nothing is scorched. A direct, perfect line. Is this done with direct energy weapons? I do not know. I love the theory of it. Anything, I believe, at this point. I mean, once your consciousness expands, you start to realize, yeah, these things are pretty probable. Like it's more so than not. Truth is crazier than fiction, if you want to look at it that way. Let me see if I could pull this up and read it. The campfire was pre-planned event. This is from Anon. I saw activity in the community of Paradise that gave me the sinking feeling that something was going to occur. I even told my daughter the week previous that something was going to happen. Capstone Company needs to be completely investigated. I was told they were contracted by PG&E. There's that company again, guys. And working in the area for a couple of weeks previous to this event. I saw strange things during the fire being done by the first company, which is the, what was that? Capstone. Yeah, Capstone. Certain houses surrounded by fire trucks as up the street people burned alive in their cars. On top of that, the town of Paradise turned the water off, which prevented firemen from doing their jobs. The third day of the California fire called and demanded the water be turned back on. Many years ago, we discovered that approximately 75% of hydrants in our town are black. They're not connected to any water source at all. They're blocked. I lost everything I own. I owe to this fire. Most of the town did. Many people lost their lives trying to escape. I have lived in this town since 84, and I have seen some of the worst fire seasons on record. This was not a regular fire. The wind was not blowing like they claim, except in the vicinity of the fire itself. There are roads with every house burned to the ground, but garbage cans standing perfectly untouched in the street between the burned houses. In the weeks before, many of these retirement and convalescent homes had evacuation drills and made sure that each person had a bag packed within 3 days of clothes and meds, which stayed packed and ready after the drill. There is so much more to share, but there is no one here trustworthy to talk to. This is from yesterday, guys. Yesterday. That blew my mind. We can finish this part too. My thoughts on why all the California communities burned this year are for the most part Republicans. Between Camp Fire and the Carr Fire, there are now thousands of displaced voters, and the gold. The town of Paradise is literally on a mountain of unmined gold. People had avoided selling property for generations to pass it down to family and not to have the town destroyed. I would bet my last dollar in my pocket that there will be a few contractors coming through to purchase as much property as possible at this point. I need help, and I'm absolutely willing to dox myself to the fucking world. I drove through a fire to save my grandchildren's lives, and I will go to whatever length I have to find the answers to who and why they did this to my community. So this anon right here will dox themselves to get it out. California fires are picky as hell, she's saying. We saw the direct line. We're seeing houses being burned, trash cans sitting still, water being turned off through the fire hydrants so that the firefighters can't do their jobs. They can't put this fire out. They can't fight it. Unbelievable. Now, let's get to this picture right here. This is our pictures of direct energy weapons. I remember this one right here was from believe a Q post somebody took that were the rods of God. I believe that's what they're called. Rods from heaven, something along those lines. Are these direct energy weapons? Is that what this is? Is this real, guys? I have a video actually that someone sent, actually posted on Facebook, that I wanted to share with you. I have it slowed down and edited for you. It's pretty crazy. But if you think this is real, leave a comment in the description or in the comment section below. Talk to me about this, because I'm kind of new to this. I didn't know too much about direct energy weapons. I know that they use crazy technologies that they keep secret from us. You know, spacecrafts. I call them crafts. Obviously, direct energy weapons, geoengineered weather. We've seen that through HAARP. CERN is basically probably making portals. Look into CERN and all of that. There's a lot of stuff we don't know about that we just kind of get little bits and pieces of, and we have to put it together. But if they have all those things, why would they not have direct energy weapons to cause this catastrophe? Here's an up-close shot of this. Had to share this one from earlier. Looks like a laser from heaven caused this flare-up. Our apologies, God. Wood Ranch Fire, Woolsey Fire, Heavenly Laser. What the hell is that? Someone tell me what that is. So I wanted to show you this video, guys, real quick. This is actually, it looks to be like, it could be lightning, but I've seen lightning. There's thunder directly after lightning, especially if it's a downpour and there's an imminent thunderstorm. You know, the thunder tells how close the storm is. And I didn't hear any thunder rather. And this is almost blue and like a shot. It's not like it doesn't look organic, is what I'm saying. It doesn't look natural. So I'm going to show you this. I'll have it slowed up at the end for you, so pay attention. And if you don't see it, you know, you can rewind it, obviously, and check it out over and over and see what your, you know, what do you think about this? Does this look man-made, or is this just natural phenomenon? So check this video out, guys. It's pretty interesting. So what are your thoughts? I mean, it doesn't look like lightning. So, like I said, leave your comments about this in the comment section below. Definitely do that. I just kind of went on Wikipedia real quick, just kind of spur of the moment, just to see what a directed energy weapon is. And we can see here a directed energy weapon, a DEW. I've heard that abbreviation, is a ranged weapon system that inflicts damage at a target by emission of high focused energy, including laser, microwaves, and particle beams. Potential application of this technology include anti-personnel weapon system, missile defense system, and the disabling of lightly armored vehicles and mounted optical devices. In the United States, the Pentagon, DARPA, the Air Force Research Laboratory are researching technologies like directed energy weapons and railguns. Oh, I wonder if that's, what is that? I feel like it's we were talking about it earlier, from the sky. They're like rods of God or something like that, to counter maturing threats posed by fast missiles such as ballistic missiles, hypersonic cruise missiles, and hypersonic guided glide vehicles. These systems of missile defense are expected to come online in the mid to late 2020s or later. Russia, China, India, and the United Kingdom are developing directed energy weapons. After decades of R&D, directed energy weapons are still very much at the experimental stage. I don't believe that, and it remains to be seen if or when they'll be deployed as practical high-performance military weapons. So guys, they're saying on Wikipedia, which you can't trust, but I wanted to read it to you because it's interesting. These things are real. I believe they're real. What are the beams coming down? That's not natural. What the hell is that, right? Guys, I wanted to round off with this. I did not know this. I posted this on my Twitter. I have a lot more subscribers on YouTube than I do on Twitter because I only joined Twitter maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I did not know that Lionel Nation, Lionel Media, follows me on Twitter. I had no idea, and I looked that up yesterday, I believe. I posted it. I would love to interview this guy. I had no idea that he followed me. I'm so flattered. I did not know it. I followed him back as soon as I saw this. And guys, if you could reach out to him on Twitter, if you could reach out to him through email or whatever you can, wouldn't it be cool to invite him to True Reporting and have an awesome discussion on these fires, on Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Supreme Court justices that are going to have to fill her spot, voter fraud, anything, QAnon. We can talk anything with this guy. He's a very smart cookie, using some Trump lingo right there. And I respect him to the fullest. So if we could somehow get his attention to come on here, I would greatly appreciate it, guys. It would make my whole year. That'd be a great year-ending event for this channel and for friends and followers, right? Guys, that is it for me. If you enjoyed this and you found it informative, please subscribe to my channel. Also, follow me on Twitter at True Reporting. Leave a like. The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to more people, thus more eyes on the truth. And if you would care to donate to this channel, you can go to my PayPal or my Patreon in the description box below and leave a comment. I've said that throughout this video. Please do so. Let me know what you think about these direct energy weapons. It's the talk of the town right now, if I do say so myself. Guys, have a wonderful day. Expect a live stream from 8 to 9 call-in show. I will post the number again on my Twitter. And like I said, I post a good bit on Twitter, so follow me there. And let's get in touch with Lionel, all right, guys? Have a great morning, a great afternoon, and be kind and love one another. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.